Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sam's Cool Colors. Today, we're going to continue the Halloween fun by coloring in this page of a Halloween princess. So let's get started. So here we have our coloring page with our beautiful Halloween princess holding two pumpkins. So we're going to use 8 different colors and we'll go through each one as we go along. But if you have markers like I'm using today, feel free to use those. But if you don't, you can also use crayons or colored pencils, anything you might have available. So we're going to start out with our first color, which is a blue. So any blue you will have will work fine. This is more of a light blue that we're going to use to color in the actual background. So you see some clouds here. So we're just going to use a blue to kind of bring that to life. So grab your blue and basically just highlight those same shapes that you see. So you can just make it easy for yourself and follow along with those shapes. If you want, you can color them in, but for today, I'm actually only going to follow those same shapes to give us some definition and give us that perspective of the background. And you can take a look at the description if you want to color along with me today. Follow these steps. You can look and you'll have a link there which gives you the link to download and print this page so you can do it at home with me at the same time. So just follow along those lines. Does not have to be perfect, but use those lines as your guide and then just get that blue onto the page as easily as you can. So very nice. So we have our blue background going just to give us a little bit of perspective in the background. So now that we've done that with our blue, the next color up you want to use is a green. So grab any green that you can find. It can be a light green or dark green, but we're going to use our green on a few different spots, okay? First spot is, well, let's put the green with the princess's eyes. So let's make the princess's eyes sort of a green color, okay, which will look really nice. And then the second spot for our green we're going to need is above the pumpkin. So you see she's holding both pumpkins with handles. Let's make those green as well. And we do that on both sides. And then the next place we're going to use green, we're sort of jumping around a little bit here, but we can make the most of this color while we have it, is on the grass. So as you can see, the princess is walking on some grass. So let's try to color the grass in with that green as well. So this is where you're going to have a little bit of fun with it and just go back and forth. Try to follow these lines. You see how the grass has these like straight lines, these diagonal lines. They sort of go in different directions. So feel free to just kind of color it in the way that it feels right to you. But I'm just going to follow these lines and just sort of go around. You can color the leaves in green. You see there's some leaves on both sides here, okay, at the bottom. If you want to color those in green as well, you can. But I have another idea of some other colors we can use in a little bit. That way it's more like the autumn fall colors for those leaves. So you can, like I said, leave them green if you want, or you can just leave them for a little bit later when we use another color. So just color those in nice and easy. You can bring this down to as low as you want. Okay, we can color around her feet using that same color. Very nice. And then let's do the same with the grass on the right here. Again, it's grass, it's loose, it's fun. So just have some fun with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then we're going to finish off the rest of our grass here. And it looks like this princess is maybe going trick-or-treating, right? Looks like it's she's off trying to fill all those pumpkin baskets with candy. Hopefully lots of fun candy for Halloween. Okay, so now we have our green filled in. And it looks really, really nice. Now we can stop with our green for right now. We're going to transition now into the princess herself. Why don't we use a like a light peach or a light tan, any color you would like to color in the princess's skin. For this particular one, I'll use a light peach color, and we can just start out here on the left side with the princess's arm. And again, I like to outline it to just make sure I'm staying within the lines of the princess's body without going over. And you can kind of see how that line is helping to guide me, right? Okay, so we have one arm, we have the other arm, and then we want to do, there's going to be a little tiny space here in a second for her neck on this page. We don't want to forget that. Okay, right in here. You see this little spot right there? So just get in there close. Make sure you don't forget that. And then let's go around the princess's face so you could kind of see how right around the eyes, you just want to be a little careful. Just a little careful. But then you have a little more space to color it in. Same thing around the lips. Want to just be a little careful there. Okay, and then here, you want to just make sure you are giving her enough space when you go and color it in, especially if you're using a marker and a crayon. Sometimes the crayon gets a little bit dull and it's not as sharp. So some of these little angles can be a little bit tricky. So one of the things you can always do with a crayon is you could use the back of the crayon because it's a little bit sharp. You don't use it as often, and you can go ahead and use that back of the crayon if you need to get into some really like close spots, like right here, right behind, underneath the or above the eye. You can do that too. So just a little trick. I'll be putting together more videos like that, just showing a couple of tips and tricks using markers, using crayons. But for now, let's finish in our princess's face, and then we'll start to have some fun coloring the rest of our princess. So, okay, so now we have the princess's arms, face, and neck colored in. Let's just do her legs. And that will be the last piece of our princess's skin. And then we can move on to our next color. So why don't we move on to coloring in the pumpkins? And we will use for that our orange. So any orange that you have, if it's a light orange, a light or a dark orange, feel free to use it. And we're going to use it in a couple different spots actually. So I want to make this flower. Do you see the flower on the princess's head? We want to make that a yellow flower, but in the middle, let's make it orange. So we can go ahead and make this center part orange. Okay. And then we can go ahead and start coloring in our first pumpkin. Okay. We're going to use this orange color on a couple of different things. You'll see, to make this a really exciting page for us. So you want to color around that shape. Make sure you're giving yourself that guide so you know where to stop your marker or your crayon, and just color it in just like so. And you can see now how it starts to bring that pumpkin to life. Okay, so any shade of orange will do, or if you want your pumpkins to be a totally different color, that's fun as well. That's totally up to you. Any color you have available would be fun. Typically we see pumpkins that are orange, so I'll just make them orange for today, but you can do anything you would like with your creativity. So we are almost finished with our first pumpkin. You could leave this little edge here for another color. We're going to come back a little later and make that yellow. So that's up to you, or you could use orange. So let's get into the second pumpkin. Same thing, outline the shape, get in there, and then go around and fill it in nicely. Just like that. This page would also look extremely nice with a color pencils. So if you had color pencils, that would be a fun one for this page as well. And it would give you a totally different look as well. So today I decided to use markers, but you can use it just about anything you like, and that way it comes out the way you want it at the end. So here we go with the last pumpkin that she has in her other hand, and that's coming out really nice. You're all doing a great job. Just fill that in real nice, real nice. And from here, let's do actually two of the leaves on the bottom. Like I said before, when we were at the bottom here, we were going to hold off and do some other colors. You see these two leaves? Let's pick either leaf you want, whatever feels right. We can go ahead and use one of these leaves on the left side and one on the right for our orange color. Okay, so let's just go ahead and color that in. And on this side, I'm going to make it this one. So these two leaves are orange. And I made it orange because in the fall, you start to see a lot of different colored leaves in different parts of the world. So it's nice when you have those seasons, you see different colored leaves fall on the ground. So that's going to be representative of that. And actually, let's do one more thing with our orange now that I think about it. Why don't we make the princess's hair orange as well? So let's see how that looks. We can kind of go around the shape. Okay. Similar to what we've been doing before. And let's make her hair nice and bright. We can make it orange to sort of match the pumpkins, right? That would be fun, especially for Halloween. And we can see how that looks together. So let's see. Yeah, it's really coming out nice and bright. And it's sort of fun that it does match the pumpkins that she's holding. So let's go over here on the left side. Do the same thing. Follow that same pattern and get your shape and just color it in. Looking really, really nice now that we have her hair colored in. And it's all going to come together too once we color our Halloween princess's dress. So we can just go in and color that in like that. So now we have our princess's hair colored in orange. So let's go and now use our yellow color. So if you have any yellow, the brighter the yellow, the better. So if you have a bright yellow, let's use that. But pick any yellow that you have available. And let's start out at the very top here and use it to color in the flower, the pretty flower that's on our Halloween princess's head. So you can go ahead and color that in like so. Very nice. Okay, and then let's use this yellow as well, like I said, on the inside of these two lines very quickly for our pumpkin, because it just gives us something a little different. And now remember the last two leaves that we have on the background on the bottom here, we want to make sure we use the yellow on that as well, just to show some different color leaves that have fallen here for the fall time. So that one looks great. And then here, same thing. Let's make this one yellow. And now that looks amazing. So we are going to finish that out with the yellow for right now. And now let's do the inside of the belt. So you see that our Halloween princess is wearing a little belt. So let's color this in black just to have it a neutral color. And you can just color that in again very carefully so you're not going over the line. You can go ahead, do the middle. And then once we're done here, we can transition into starting to color in our Halloween princess's dress. So we will need yellow one more time. So grab the yellow really quickly. I did forget here, we can color this in yellow as well. So this is the last piece for the yellow right there in the middle of her belt. Color that in yellow. Very nice. And we can now use the last two colors that we have. So why don't we start out with the Halloween princess's dress? And today I felt like making that dress purple. So let's pick any purple that you have. It could be a light or a dark purple, or any color you want. But what I'm going to do is actually start out at the top and color in part of her hat with this purple. Okay. So the top part of her ribbon that's on her hat and the bottom part. So you see these two pieces, and in the middle, we'll just leave that white just to give us a little bit of different perspective on her color. And then let's go in and color the rest of her dress in purple. So both parts, so we can just follow these lines right over here and kind of outline it. So you know where you want to stop. We'll leave the top part of her dress. We can leave that actually in white, okay? But let's outline the rest just so we know where we are going to stop our princess's dress. And then we can start to color that in. So you see this nice purple that is really helping our princess's dress to pop. So here on this particular spot, you just kind of have to shape it as a circle because there was no line really there, but just shape it as best you can. And then you can go around and then start to finish it out. Okay, so these are the buttons. Just go around those buttons as best as you can with your crayon, with your marker, and just fill it in. It gets a little tight in the middle there, but that's okay. Just do your best and get around it, and then you can just work around those buttons. Once you pass those buttons, it gets really easy. You see, you could just go up and down. You're all doing great. I hope you're having a great time here. If you are, we're going to have a lot more content coming your way. We'll have drawing, coloring. We have more Halloween episodes coming your way, so stay tuned. So let's use the same color at the very bottom, and then we're going to add one final color after this. I want you to see how it looks at the very end. So here we are. We are going to just finish out the rest of the dress with this color, really adding a lot more color to the page by using this color. I wonder what the Halloween princess here would like for candy. Let me know in the comments if you have any guesses on what kind of candy the Halloween princess is hoping to get. And just leave me a comment. What's your favorite candy? What's your favorite candy you're looking forward to on Halloween, or you like to have on Halloween? I'm more of a M&M's person. That's my favorite candy. I love the M&Ms. I like the regular M&Ms and I like the peanut. So both of them are my favorite. But what's your favorite candy? Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to having this Halloween. And also, what are you going to be dressing up as? I want to know. That'd be fun to see what you are going to dress up as this Halloween. So we are almost done here. Again, if I'm moving a little too fast for you, you can always pause and come back to it when you're caught up. Okay, so that's the nice thing. You can slow it down, you can pause it. But at the end of the day, as long as you have a really nice picture that you love, that's all that matters. Okay, so we're almost there with our dress. What I want to also color with this same color, before we move on to the last color, I would like to color in the princess's shoes. So at the very bottom, let's just color in our princess's shoes using the same purple, just so it matches. So her shoes will match her dress, okay? All right, yeah, that's looking really nice. Last shoe here. And then we're moving on to our last color, which is going to be a pink. So if you have any sort of pink available, just pick the one that might be the brightest. If you want to pick one that's a little bit lighter, totally up to you. But when you take this pink, we'll start out at the top and then we'll work our way down. With that pink, you want to start at the top of the hat of our Halloween princess's hat, okay? And let's just kind of work around that shape, get our outline so we know where to stop. Very nice. And then let's just fill that in like so. And you start to see how this pink with the purple gives us something really nice, because you have a bright pink and sort of like a little bit of a darker purple, and the two just work really, really well together and makes this dress come to life. So let's just go ahead and continue coloring in our princess's hat, the rest of her hat. Okay, let's just get the edging so we can stay within our line. And just like the dress, if you have another color dress, find another color for the hat. It doesn't have to be pink. If you prefer to match it with a different color that you picked for the dress, you can be as creative as you want with that. So if you find another color that the hat works better for the dress color you picked, that's a beautiful thing. Just have fun with it. Let me know in the comments if you picked a different color for the dress and the hat, and which colors you picked. That way I could try it out one day as well. All right, and then the last piece we're going to do with pink is let's color in these 3 buttons on the front of our Halloween princess's dress. 1, 2, and 3. We have one final thing we need to use the pink for, which is for our princess's lips. So take that pink and get in really close and color in both the top and the bottom parts of her lip with that same pink color, just to help it pop a little more and to finish out the picture. So now we've colored in our Halloween princess and her 2 pumpkins using the 8 colors. I hope you had a great time today, and if you did, be on the lookout for more Halloween episodes coming very soon. I look forward to seeing you all next time.